Hello everyone, welcome to Exam Assure. Today we are going to look at the form filling process for the UPSC Deputy Architect examination at the Military Engineering Services under the Ministry of Defense. So with the link that is given in the description below, you need to click on this link. It will take you to the web page of UPSC. Over here, you need to click on this online recruitment application link for various recruitment posts. From there, it will take you to the multiple posts that are available. What is important for us is the post of Deputy Architect. Over here, you click on Apply Now. Now, once you click on Apply Now, it will take you through a series of instructions where you need to read them carefully. Along with that, click on Next. Towards the end of the instructions, here you need to tick mark this checkbox and click on Proceed. After that, it will take you to the registration page. Now here you need to click on New Registration as we will be registering for the first time. So once you click on New Registration, it will ask you to fill in all your details like your name, father's name, mother's name, gender, your community, whether your date of birth, place of birth, etc. Your nationality, mobile number. Now here you need to give the mobile number that is being used frequently because the OTP that is there, all of those details of communication, your registration ID will be communicated to you on this number. Along with that, same goes for your email address. Plus, you need to set a password over here as well. Once all of this is done, you need to click on Save and Continue. It will show you all your registration details, whatever you have just filled in now, it will show it to you all of them in one glance. If you feel you've made some mistake somewhere, you can click on Edit Details and edit the same. If you feel everything is okay, you can move on and click on Submit Details. You can go through that. After that, if you want, you can take a printout of it and keep. Over here also your registration ID will be given to you. You need to keep that with you throughout this application process till your exam is over. Also, the registration ID will be messaged to you via an SMS on the mobile number that you have submitted. Now here you click on continue and move further. After that, step number 2 and step number 3 will be repeated, where you will be taken back to this portal. You need to click on apply now. Again, go through the set of instructions that are there, click on proceed, and you will be taken to this same page again. Now here you need to fill in all your registration ID that has been messaged to you or was shown to you on screen earlier, whatever password you have set, and the image that is seen over here. Okay, and then click on login. Now, once you click on login, the registration process, actually the form filling process now begins. So here the first thing that they ask you is your registration with the Council of Architecture, all the details regarding that. So what kind of a registration is it? Again, you are here, of course, after you click on select, the option of Council of Architecture will be shown. Your registration number, whatever it is, you need to enter the date of registration. Is it an initial registration or a renewal? And likewise, and also upload your registration certificate. After that, click on add, and then we move on to step number 6, where you need to fill in all your personal profile. So your name, date of birth, again, these details that were filled during the registration process will be shown to you over here. Along with that, you need to now over here, you need to fill in your photo identity card. So it could be your Aadhaar card or passport or other documents. Your hobbies, extracurricular activities, all these details need to be filled in. You need to upload your photo identity card. So suppose if you've chosen passport, you need to upload the PDF of that passport. Along with that, your date of birth or birth certificate also needs to be uploaded as a proof of your date of birth. Then coming to step number 7, here you need to fill in your contact details, which being your permanent address, where all your communication after selection happens. So you need to give in your address, etc. Along with that, you can click on save and continue. Moving to step number 8, that is educational qualifications. Now here you need to fill in all your educational qualifications starting from your graduation and then your post-graduation in case if you have pursued post-graduation. So you need to select the level, the degree, what subject, medium. Again, it would be English, qualification. Specialization would be architecture, the name of the university, the name of your college, all of that, right? So qualification type is going to be your essential qualification, which is the basic that is required as a part of eligibility criteria for this form. After that, all your university details, college details, your time period from which year to which year, your date on the result, the division or class that you've got, result type, is it a percentage or is it CGPA? All those details need to be filled in. What was your score? Yes. After that, again, click on save and continue and move on to step number 9, that is your experience. Now here for this examination, you need an experience of 2 years minimum. Now it will show you this page here. You need to click on add experience. Over here, first they will ask you, do you possess the experience? You need to select yes. There are 2 options, yes or no. Once you select on yes, it will ask you to add the experience. Once you click on add experience, it will show you this form where you need to fill in all the details. Now here, the experience that is required is from a non-teaching post. So here immediately, if the type of experience, under type of experience, if you see, there is only one option in the drop down, that is non-teaching. So you need, even if you have an experience on field plus some teaching experience, you need to fill in all your non-teaching experience, or rather your field experience only. Okay. Along with that, all the specialization, the job post that was held, and under what organization was it? Was it a private organization, a government organization, or a PSU, etc.? Where is it located? What is its name? And from what date to what date were you working? What was the pay scale, etc.? And what was the nature of employment? Was it ad hoc? Was it on contract basis? All you need to choose from this drop down menu. Along with that, you need to upload your work experience certificate. Now here UPSC has also given a format for this work experience certificate. However, what they also mention is that if you take a look at point number 3, that as far as possible, experience certificate should be submitted in the prescribed format that UPSC has given. So you can refer their website for the same. In the event of inability to submit the experience certificate in the prescribed format that is available, experience certificate may be submitted only if it contains all the information which would have been there in the format. So even in case if right now you don't have the experience certificate in the format of UPSC, whatever experience certificate you have available with you, you can submit that, but it should contain all the details that the format requires. Plus, over here, they've also mentioned that appointment letters, office orders, transfer orders, pay certificates, etc., will not be accepted or not considered as proof of experience. Okay. Now, if you look at the format of the UPSC experience certificate, what all details do they require? Primarily, they need it on the letterhead of that institution, plus your name, designation, etc. should be there, the post what you held, from what date to what date, what was the total period, what was the nature of your appointment, was it permanent, regular, contract, etc. What department did you work in that organization? What was the pay scale? What duties did you perform? Where were you posted? And at what level did you work? Was it a supervisory level, middle management, etc.? So these details, all these details should be there either in your current available experience certificate that you have with you. In case if you do not have an experience certificate in the format of what UPSC is mentioning. So your experience certificate should cover all these details. That is what their point or note over here, note number 3 mentions. So again, over here, after you, whatever number of years of experience or whatever different experiences that you have, one, you need to fill in each of them, save it, and then again click on add experience, and likewise keep on adding each experience that is there. Coming to step number 10, that is choosing your test center. So there are two preferences that are asked from a candidate. Your first preference of city where you would like to go and give your test. In case if you're not allotted that, what would be your second preference? Then again, declaration of your desirable qualifications. So again, here you are asked whether you meet the desirable qualifications. You need to select yes. If you meet all the criteria, that is 2 years of experience and registration with COA. Plus over here, again in this drop down menu, you need to select desirable experience and click on proceed. Now once you click on proceed, here it will ask you to add your experience. So once you click on add experience, it's the same form, very similar form to what you have filled for experience. Same thing, same details you need to again fill up for your desirable qualifications. So the type of experience, kind of experience, job role, your pay scale, the address of organization, name of the organization, where were you practicing or where is the organization, etc. All these details need to be filled in by you. Then coming to step number 12, that is uploading your photo and signature. So here you need to upload all these details, your photo plus signature. Again, the size of these should be between 100 to 300 to 20 KB. After you've uploaded the images, it will show you display the photograph as well as the signature. In case if you feel you want to change or anything, you can re-upload them by clicking over here. Else you can confirm the upload. It will again display the same. Here you need to click on save and continue. After that last step, step number 13 is in case if you want to upload any other documents which you feel from your end should be submitted to the commission, you can compile all of them as a single PDF and upload. Again, this is not compulsory, this is an optional part, but if you feel you can upload all whatever important documents you feel. Once all the uploading part is done, we come to step number 14, that is previewing your application. So over here, whatever details we fill till now, all of them will be shown to you. In case if you feel you want to edit something, change something, something is wrong, you can do it at this stage only. Once if you feel all your application is okay, then here you need to click on submit now. If you are sure that your application is okay, everything. And again, here in case of females, you are exempted from the payment of fees. So here it will directly ask you to submit for in case of a female candidate. In case of male candidates, it would ask you to make the payment of 25 rupees and then submit your form. So once we click on submit form, it will show you that your recruitment application number so and so is submitted. What you need to also do, most importantly, is take a printout of this application and keep with you till your exam is done. So with this, you complete your entire process of form filling, registration, and your application for this examination. The last date for form filling and submission is 3rd of July 2025. So thank you.